Hey everyone, I'm Joyce. Cat hair flying in front of my face. Today is Friday, December 11th, 2020, and I am continuing to read from Dr. Fuhrman's book, Eat for Life. Here it is. We are in chapter 1. Last night, I've got a cat rearranging himself in my lap. Last night I read the first of 2 testimonials in chapter 1. And I also read part of chapter 1. Okay. So tonight, I already took my marker out. Okay. I apologize. I thought I was prepared. 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'm going to get my stuff together. Okay. So, I need my glasses too. Hi, honey. This is Tuffy in my lap, which is a very unusual occurrence. So I don't want to disturb him. I'm trying to find where I was now. I think this is where I was. Yeah. Okay. I really apologize. Okay, here we go. You ready? All right. Chapter 1 of Dr. Fuhrman's book, Eat for Life. We are moving into the section titled The First Principle of a Nutritarian Diet. Okay, the only proven strategy for slowing aging and prolonging lifespan is moderate calorie restriction in the environment of micronutrient excellence. That's the first principle. Before we go any further, I want you to read the sentence above carefully. Say it out loud a few times. Memorize it. Write it down on an index card and tape it to your fridge if that will help. This statement forms the basis of a nutritarian diet and is its first and most important principle. So I will read it again for you. The only proven strategy for slowing aging and prolonging lifespan is moderate calorie restriction in the environment of micronutrient excellence. If we don't establish a foundation of good health first, then it is pointless to focus on obtaining and maintaining a favorable weight. Though not everyone, or even most people, will embrace this overriding premise, that your health and longevity must be preserved through what you eat, it forms the foundation of this program and the reason for the development of the nutritarian diet. Food supplies us with macronutrients and micronutrients. There are 4 macronutrients. See you later, Tuffy. He's not used to me making a lot of noise. There are 4 macronutrients: fats, carbohydrates, protein, and water. Micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and phytochemicals, which are chemical compounds found in plants, also called phytonutrients, do not contain calories. A nutritarian diet strives for micronutrient excellence by including a wide variety of micronutrient-rich foods and avoiding foods that are not nutritious. Excess fat, excess carbohydrates, and excess protein all shorten lifespan. To put it another way, consuming too many calories will shorten your life. The higher the nutritional quality of your diet, the less you will desire to overconsume calories. When you eat unhealthfully, it becomes almost impossible for you to not crave and consume excess calories. Most people do not consume enough micronutrients daily. Because their micronutrient needs aren't met, they can't control food cravings and overeating behavior. What you put in your mouth turns into your living self. The food you eat makes you who you are, both physically and emotionally. Everything you eat positively or negatively affects the structure and elasticity of your cell membranes, the tensile strength of your cartilage, the elasticity of your blood vessels, and the interior machinery of the cells in your body. Outside of unusual circumstances or very rare genetic defects, cells function normally when exposed to a diet with sufficient colorful natural plant material. Conversely, they behave abnormally and sometimes in a bizarre fashion when these plant-derived nutrients are lacking. My health equation, which represents the first principle of the nutritarian diet, describes this important phenomenon of human existence with 3 letters. And he writes H equals N divided by C, which means healthy life expectancy equals nutrients divided by calories. Excuse me. I gotta stop doing this so late. This means that your healthy life expectancy is determined by the nutrients per calorie, or the micronutrient density of your diet. Or said in another way, the more low nutrient calories you eat and the more lacking your diet is in micronutrients, the more miserable your later years will be and the shorter your life. The term healthy life expectancy or health span means the period of life spent in good health, free from the chronic diseases and disabilities associated with aging. This formula reminds you about this critical foundational principle, that everything you put in your mouth counts toward determining your future health. But while food may be the most important and overriding influence on your health, it is not the sole determinant of health span and lifespan. Exercise or activities, chronic stress, happiness, exposure to drugs and chemicals in our environment, air and water, and genetic and other factors all play a role too. Macronutrients are fats, carbohydrates, protein, and water. Micronutrients are vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients. To apply this concept, it helps to consider your micronutrient density exposure, which is your lifetime exposure to micronutrients per calorie that you have consumed. The more empty calories you have eaten and continue to eat, the higher your health risk. Conversely, consuming more phytonutrients reduces your health risks. Nature is dependable and consistent in terms of biological causes determining outcomes. You don't get a free ride for smoking cigarettes for 30 years. It damages you and shortens your life. The sooner you quit, the better. It is the same with food. If you eat more nutritionally barren foods such as white bread, oil, and sugar, which supply calories but no significant micronutrient load, you age faster, create disease, suffer needlessly, and shorten your life. Every bite of white bread, pita, bagel, candy, ice cream, cookie, pizza, and croissant enhances your suffering and takes time and quality off the end of your life, in proportion to the amount that you consume. Empty calories come with a cost that you have to pay 3 times. First, you pay in the present by feeling ill and being overweight and sickly. Second, you pay in the future with poor health and loss of brain function and memory as you age. Third, you pay again down the road with the years of life taken away from you. Also with visits to the doctor, I would say. The popular idea that our health is predetermined by genetics, putting good health out of our control and determined by access to medical care, is not only not supported by evidence, but it is absurd. The foods we consume throughout our lives are the largest factor determining our health destiny. The nutritarian diet radically reduces your consumption of low-nutrient foods and radically increases your intake of high-nutrient foods. The program is not about counting calories. One of the benefits of eating foods with a high nutritional bang per calorie buck is that it leads to a lower caloric exposure naturally and less desire for excessive calories, so you don't have to count them. That's right, no calorie counting. Adequate consumption of vitamins, minerals, and phytochemicals is essential for a healthy immune system and for empowering your body's detoxification and cellular repair mechanisms that protect you from cancer and other diseases. Not surprisingly, the foods that have a high nutrient density come straight from nature, meaning plant foods, mostly vegetables. Nutritional science in the past 20 years has demonstrated that plant foods, especially from colorful plants, contain a huge assortment of protective compounds, most of which are still being discovered and studied by scientists. We are learning that these compounds work in fascinating ways to detoxify carcinogens, repair DNA damage, reduce free radical formation, and facilitate the removal of toxins from the body. Only by eating an assortment of nutrient-rich natural foods can we obtain the diversity of elements we need to protect ourselves from common diseases. By eating a diverse array of these colorful, nutrient-rich plants, we can make the human body resistant to cancer, even if we have a genetic predisposition or have been exposed to causative agents. Okay, the next section is the standard American diet, or SAD, is dramatically deficient in micronutrients. The SAD is composed predominantly of low-nutrient foods. Animal products, including meat, eggs, dairy, and fish, are relatively low in vitamins and minerals per calorie compared with plants. However, the overriding deficiency in animal-based foods is the complete lack of antioxidants and phytonutrients. Refined grains, oils, and sweeteners also lack these essential micronutrients. We require a continuous exposure to phytonutrient-rich foods throughout life to maintain a normal functioning immune system and to prevent inflammation. People cannot have disease-free lives if they are not regularly consuming these delicate nutrients contained in whole plants, particularly vegetables. Beans or legumes, nuts and seeds, and to a lesser degree, whole grains are also rich in life-enhancing phytonutrients. The excess poor nutrient calories consumed by the vast majority of individuals lead to weight gain and disease, including cancer. A typical bagel is similar to a piece of chicken in that they both contain calories and neither has a significant micronutrient load or phytonutrient content. Shockingly, the SAD contains only about 2% of calories from vegetables, the food group most linked to a longer lifespan and protection from heart disease and cancer. For a diet to be considered healthful, at least 90% of its calories should come from vegetables, fruits, legumes, nuts, seeds, and intact whole grains. This eating style is consistent with that found in the blue zones around the world where rates of cancer and heart attacks are very low. See more on blue zones in Chapter 6. Like other primates, we are dependent on green vegetables and other colorful plants for health and longevity. Okay. So that should be, yeah, I'm over my 10 minutes. So that's for that tonight. And, oh yeah, I'm going to share what I ate today. I really need to not be doing this so late. It's actually Saturday morning now. Okay, so I had more Waldorf salad that I made a few days ago. I think so. Anyway, I had Waldorf salad for breakfast, probably 2 cups, I think. 1.5 cups, 2 cups, something like that. And then I did not eat again. I didn't have lunch and I wasn't hungry. I did not eat again until tonight. Doug cooked again from the HelloFresh box that he received. And we had Tuscan pork stuffed bell peppers tonight. And I just put mine on a bed of salad greens and shredded cabbage. Total of 5 ounces, which Dr. Fuhrman says should be a salad, about 5 ounces, which is about 5 cups. Of course, the cabbage is heavier, so it doesn't take up as much room. Anyway, a salad should always have 5 ounces of greens. It should include a cruciferous vegetable. Cabbage is a cruciferous vegetable. Tomato. This recipe had tomato and tomato paste in it, so that was already part of it. And onions. The recipe also had onions in it. And then I had a pear for dessert. That's it. And I won't keep you guys any longer. I will read again tomorrow night. If you are following this nutritarian plan along with me, I hope it's going well. I know it can be difficult. I had a hell of a time last night, but I fought through it. Oh, I should put a link in the description for that. Brooke Castillo. That's what got me through, actually. As I've mentioned before, I don't have a weight problem. I'm not anorexic or bulimic, but I have a strong desire for food when I'm not hungry. And that's not a good thing. That means I'm either eating recreationally or because I'm trying to avoid some emotional issue. So I started Brooke's program on, I think she just calls it overeating. So I will put a link to, I'll find a podcast related to it, one of her podcasts related to it, and I will put that in the description below as well. So that's it. I will talk to you guys again tomorrow. Good night.